4 o'clock. Ask that you stand and join us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Shirley, would you call the roll, please?
Dean Cruz,
Yes.
Kalinowski,
Here.
Ball, Harris, Davy,
Here.
Walker,
Here.
Brian Cruz,
Here.
Paczynski.
Here.
Okay, on the meeting agenda for tonight, we have under communications an updated meeting schedule. And it's not on your agenda, but I asked Tammy this afternoon because I didn't get it until Sunday when I came up and picked up my mail after getting back from Drummond. A letter from Pine Ridge residents, just for your information. That's in front of you there. Under department and committee reports, we have item B, the sewer report from the city. Item C is the DDA minutes from the August meeting, along with the director's report. Item D, the Board of Review minutes are in your packet. F, the Planning Commission minutes are in your packet for the July meeting. Item G, the zoning administrator's report is in your packet. Item H, the code enforcement officer's report is in your packet. Personnel committee did not meet. Item J, elections commission meeting minutes are in your packet. Item K, the fire department Chief Espevic's report is in your packet. Zoning Board of Appeals has not met, and we did not get a report from Operations Services for this month. Under new business, we have item A, consideration of approval of an ordinance to amend Chapter 41 of the Charter Township of Idaho Code of Ordinances by reducing the allowable length of grasses to clarify property owners' ability to mow adjacent rights of way and to repeal all ordinances in conflict herewith. Item B is consideration of approval to purchase a replacement truck for the township. Item C is consideration of approval of an agreement for the TAP grant funding. Item D is consideration of approval for a color printer / scanner for the supervisor and code enforcement officer, and it should also read the zoning administrator, in the amount of $1,049.99 plus ink from Amazon. And in front of you, you have a print out of another option from Jack Pine. And if there are no changes to the agenda.
I so move. I support.
Okay, motion by Dean Cruz, second by Brian Cruz to approve the meeting agenda for tonight. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Under the consent agenda for tonight, we have item A, the minutes of the special meeting held on July 17th, 2026. Item B is the financial report. Item C, approval of the township general fund expenditures, which includes the fire department. Those include checks numbered 43640 through 43720. Accounts payable total $66,097.04. Payroll totals $21,040.18, bringing the grand total to $87,137.22. Item D is approval of the water department expenditures. Those checks are numbered 3688 through 3699, and they total $36,451.02. Item E is approval of the sewer operating expenditures. Checks numbered 1313 through 1316, totaling $21,533.35. Item F is approval of the monthly ACH payments to the state of Michigan and IRS in the amount of $6,144.55. Item G is approval for Township Board members to attend the Michigan Township Association Up North Summit to be held in September in Harris at a cost of $220 per person plus accommodations. Item H is approval in the amount of $50 plus accommodations for the clerk to attend the MAMC Education Day, August 27th, 2026 in Mount Pleasant. Item I is approval for the zoning code enforcement officers accommodations for the Michigan Townships Association seminar on August 18th in Frankenmuth. And if there are no changes to the meeting agenda for tonight, we need a motion for approval.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Motion by Kolonowski, second by Stege to approve the meeting agenda for tonight. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? The motion carried. Public comment. Any public comment tonight? Okay, moving on then. You have in your packet the updated meeting schedule showing all of our meetings on Tuesday now at 4 o'clock instead of 6, with the exception of the Thursday, November 5th meeting, which will also be at 4, but it'll be on a Thursday instead of a Tuesday that week due to the election. Under department and committee reports, item B is the sewer report, which is in your packet. And I find it interesting to note the increasing amount of flows to the city. I think maybe just a general reflection that the businesses in our DDA district are getting a little more activity. Those seem to be running consistently higher than they were 3 and 4 years ago. Item C is the DDA minutes and director's report from the July 7th meeting. Also included is the special meeting minutes of the DDA from July 17th. Item D is the Board of Review minutes from the July 21st meeting. Item E is the Building and Grounds Committee minutes from July 20th. F is the Planning Commission minutes from July 21st. Item G is the Zoning Administrator's report. Item H is the Code Enforcement Officer's monthly report. Ron, was there anything you wanted to add on your report?
Yeah, we had a serious issue going on 22nd Street. I personally witnessed them bringing in more trash and putting it in the yard. And also, talking to Jim tonight, he tells me they moved another motor into the yard.
Big one. Moved another what?
Motor home.
Oh, another motorhome,
I
okay.
have, when I saw them unloading chest freezers in the yard, I emailed Township Attorney and asked him what we can do to put a stop to it. I didn't know it at the time, but he was out of the office and doesn't return till today, so I don't have anything further to report on that. And then on Nelson Street, where the cabins are, you've probably seen them working on the house there, and then they're also working in the cabins. The property owner told me that the gentleman there is being moved out, although I believe he's still there, and that he is going to remodel those cabins. Those are the two issues we've filed citations on. And at the time we went to court, we weren't able to proceed because it's an LLC, they're required to have an attorney present, and they did not. So we go back to court September 4th. The other cases that we had in court all were found in our favor and have been given the time period to correct the issues, the property.
Okay, thanks, Ron. Two things regarding that. When I left my office earlier this afternoon, I heard some noise coming from that general direction to the west, and I wondered if it was the 22nd Street address, and so I took a ride by there, and the guy was outside doing whatever, but I wanted to ask you, because it looked to me like, you know, they'd made some headway on getting rid of stuff 2, 3, 4 weeks ago, and now it looked like there's more in there.
They rearranged things.
Okay.
And they did take some stuff, whether he took metal for recycling or whatever, and then immediately after he did that, he started hauling in more junk.
Okay.
So, we just need to give a township attorney. I was in Traverse City today, so I couldn't do it today, but I'll get a hold of them tomorrow and see if we can get an injunction or something to stop that.
Yeah.
He's obviously filling in more junk, so whoever has to clean it up, it will cost them more money. And they're still in the process of being evicted, but that could take up to 60 days, I was told.
Last week, why were the law enforcement was on Nelson with guns drawn, pointing in the woods?
That's what I heard from Mr. Cabot next door, but I haven't heard anything what actually took place there. He said that they heard gunshots.
My mother-in-law went by and they had, you know, they had her go around, but they had rifles pointed in the woods. Quite a few law enforcement officers. Shooting squirrels or something.
I think the tribe was involved with that for some reason.
If they had reports of shots fired, they would respond because they're deputized by the sheriff's office. So they come in to assist.
Have you looked at the Kowalski property? Anybody need any Tarvey, they'll give it to them.
Free.
I have. I know Bob was dealing with him for some reason, but I will be getting with him this week and tell them they gotta get that stuff out of there.
Yeah, the other thing, I don't know, it looks like a lot of people going in and out of there. I don't know if they're spending the night or what.
Well, I was told that they took part of the interior and made it into a residence. I don't know that Bob was.
Is that legal?
Pardon?
Is that legal?
I don't read that talk about. I don't know.
Same thing on the other side of Vine Street, where that house burnt down.
Yep.
I gotta believe them people are living in that garage.
That may be true, but I have no proof that they're living in the garage.
Well, every time I go by there's,
I heard they're related to the people around the corner.
that doesn't surprise me.
And they're trying to say they live there and not there.
No.
I have talked to the property owner. He told me that all the stuff that they had on that big yard sale was stuff that was in that garage that they want to get rid of, because when he gets rid of all that stuff out of there, he's going to sell that property. He was not very friendly when I talked to him.
Ron, I know on the 22nd Street, part of the injunction is for them to pay our attorney costs.
Yes.
Is that going to be the case also on the Nelson Street and the Price Road?
It is with Price Road, but we do not, because we couldn't actually have a hearing concerning Nelson Street, nothing was decided.
Okay.
We go back September 4th.
Okay. And the Price Road one, we're just waiting for delivery?
The judge said that because we had no proof that he was actually served with papers, before he lets us move ahead and raise the property, he wanted a hand delivery of the court order to ensure that he actually knew what was gonna happen.
Okay.
So I have not heard back from our attorney whether they have found him or not. We were unable to find out where he lives, but he was gonna have a process server serve that paperwork.
Okay. Okay, thank you for the update and everything you're doing.
You're welcome.
Okay, Jay, the elections commission minutes are in your packet for the July 15th meeting. The fire department report is in your packet. Jim, is there anything you wanted to add on that? Okay. Okay, that takes us to new business. Item A is consideration of approval of an ordinance to amend Chapter 41 of the Charter Township of Filer Code of Ordinances by reducing the allowable length of grasses, to clarify property owners' ability to mow adjacent rights of way, and to repeal all ordinances in conflict herewith.
Chairman, can I comment?
Yeah.
In addition to it saying 10 rods, it does say 165 feet.
It doesn't, right?
It does in
Don't say that.
parentheses.
It was added.
I don't see
It
it.
doesn't, and on his tablet maybe, because she doesn't have that
It's not in the tab.
addition that was put on after our meeting.
He told me that just adding that 165 feet made no difference as far as the township.
Doesn't just clarify, he has it in
Right.
there as a clarification, that's why.
Oh, he did have it in there?
Yeah, I've seen it, but I think that when Tammy did
Yeah, it's not on
the
here.
packet for you
Yeah.
guys, it's
It's not on
probably,
there either.
Yeah, I don't have it in my packet, and I don't have it on color
It's under
coded.
duty of the owner occupant. It
Well, wait a
says
minute.
depth of 10
Well, let's
rods
find
or the
it.
depth of the lot, whichever's less.
Yeah.
where is it?
But Ron, I did have another question on that. In reading through that, I noticed, you know, where on the first page on 41.02, it speaks to the length now being 8 inches.
Correct.
But when I read on in other locations in reference to that, I saw the old language on there, I think, the 12 inches, and I just wondered if that was just a typo error, an oversight. Let's see.
I'm sure it must be because it was supposed to be changed throughout the document. The
Yeah.
last copy that I saw that still had the 10 rods on it had 8 inches in all of the locations that I read.
Oh, no, I don't think we have the one that's.
Yeah, page 241.04, notice to remedy prohibited conditions. Going on to page 2, it does still maintain the 12-inch length.
Yeah, that's incorrect.
Yeah, okay. I assumed
Well,
that.
yeah, put the wrong
You-
one in here.
Do you have an official?
I don't, but, you know, we introduced what we did at last month's meeting, so I would imagine that if we would just vote for what we introduced.
Yeah, because we addressed both of those
Yes.
issues there. Yeah.
And,
So did the copy you had last month, did it say 8 inches throughout the document?
does it say what?
Did it say 8 inches throughout the document last time?
I see 8 inches on this one today, but,
Well, it should have said 8 inches, it said, the copy I saw last said 8 inches.
Throughout the document. Yeah. Yeah, this one does not, but,
And did they have that clarification with the 10 rods?
He told me it would be, it's in the new document, yeah. The new copy.
I have seen that new copy, but
You have that?
she put the old copy in the packet.
Okay.
And it did say 165 feet. correct?
Yes.
And it did have the 12 inches
I don't know
throughout
about that.
the- Okay.
8 inches.
Or, I'm sorry, 8 inches, yeah. 8 inches on the first page, and 8 on the second page.
We extended the area too, right?
So we're gonna vote
Yeah,
based
it
on
includes-
what they
It
say.
includes all the area from city limit to Red Apple. And then both sides of Maple, and then the entire commercial district. It also, we were unable to require residents to mow the right of way. He said that when he looked at state law says they can do it, but it doesn't say they have to.
Right.
So we can't require them to mow all the way to the road.
Right. So I guess, as far as voting on this ordinance, we'll vote on what we
Introduced last month.
introduced at last month's meeting, whereby we addressed the rods with the inclusion of equivalent number of feet,
165 feet.
165 feet, and the maximum length or not to exceed 8 inches in length throughout the ordinance, wherever that's addressed. And I think those were the only, unless somebody noticed some other inconsistencies, those were the only ones I noticed.
Are you
Okay.
making that motion?
Yeah, I'll make that
The
motion.
way you worded, I'll
Yeah,
second it.
to approve this updated ordinance with those stipulations.
That are in it, that they're in. Okay, I'll second it.
Okay, we got a motion by Walker, second by Brian Cruz. Sorry about that. And, yeah, to approve.
Okay, if there's some other problem with that 8 inch versus 12, well, we'll have to address it later. But I know I did see the 165.
And I mean, that's what we introduced. So just need to get that in writing in the final copy. Any other discussion on that? Okay, Shirley, you want to call the roll?
Walker,
Yes.
Stady,
Yes.
Kalinowski,
Yes.
Dean Cruz,
Yes,
Hachemsky,
Yes.
Brian Cruz,
Yes.
Ball, yes.
Okay, item B is consideration of approval to purchase a replacement truck for the township. You have in your packet a quote that Bob was finally able to get from Wyatt after lots of running. I think this was the third or fourth one that they secured for us, and others just either got snapped up elsewhere or dealers elsewhere didn't want to release them after initially saying they would. So what's in your packet? It's a white 2500 HD. And everything that's on there, that includes the plow, it includes the allowance, the trade-in allowance for our truck of 14,000. And I guess the only thing I would note is that the plow is I forget what brand plow was. Western plow, the adjustable V-blade plow. So anyway, and I did touch base with, I talked with the gentleman at Wyatt this afternoon, and that is definitely coming in. So it has been secured for us. And as far as you're concerned, surely I told them on the invoice then, or when it comes in, to, put my name on there for Customer signature.
Township will file.
Yeah.
But it's a,
Yeah, what about the lift?
We're gonna have to take that up to, I forget the name of the place in Traverse where we got the last lift. What is that place on 37 going in?
GTR.
No, Granger. To get a new lift on it.
I don't think that one's gonna fit on that, do you?
How much is a new lift?
No, that, haven't,
The ones I
I haven't
purchased.
researched that yet. I don't know if you have, Bob.
Brian has.
I read $2,300 to $2,600 for a Tommy lift. They don't make those no more. That brand, we called there, they don't make the
Right.
lift gates no more. So a Tommy lift is like $2,300, probably gotta get installed.
Yeah,
But I don't know where they sell Tommy lifts, so I don't know who you're gonna deal with. But that's what they go for roughly, 23, 25.
Yeah,
we
that's-
did that day. No, that same day I went out here by Old Road, the guy that remanufactured, and I told him kind of what we would need to get repaired on the one we had. And I'm not sure if it'll fit the truck, but it looks to me like there's a bracket that fits behind that post deal on the tailgate. And then this Tommy lift, or the brand that we got, comes up there and it's slotted, so the distance it could be fitted onto our new truck. Now, we might be able to get this guy out here to replace them couple of pieces of metal for maybe $600, $700, $800, paint it up and put it back on this truck.
Yeah. I know, Bob, you talked about matching up this one to the new truck. I think, and there was.
No, I did not do that. The only thing is looking at this one for the holes that are rusted right through the channels. I can't imagine tearing that apart, how long it's gonna be laid up for them to do that, to make an attempt to do that.
I can't see putting that, even fixed up on a brand new truck. You got 45,000 already into a truck and you're gonna put 800 to $1,000 probably minimum to fix up a piece of junk. And then it's hydraulics, electric over hydraulic, you don't know how long that's gonna last in it, to operate it,
Yeah.
the controls.
We can put it on our sale for if somebody wants to
No,
buy it.
that goes with the truck, I think, don't it?
It does.
It all
Yeah,
goes with
I
the
think
trade.
that was part of the trade-in
Okay.
too.
And that's a $14,000 trade in there versus Dodge was gonna give us 9, so that's quite a bit more money. I don't know, I don't see fixing that old one, I see going for a new one.
Well, and I understand Tom's concern about trying to save us some money, but long run, we've had that one
13 years.
13 years, that was a 2013, and we've got a good use out of it, it's held up well, but I think it does make more sense just to, put a new one on there and
I called
not
the-
have to worry about it.
I called the company, I talked to the sales department, and you can't even buy parts for it. I tried to buy that safety latch.
Yeah.
Can't even get a part for it. So you'll have all fixed up, and then you got, if you need parts for it, that hydraulics or hoses or.
They kept transferring from one department to another. and-
Transferred 9 times, and finally got some. But anyway,
I know that the latch on the one side doesn't even match up anymore. You can't latch the one side of it. and-
It's gone.
it's
Oh, it's
gone.
gone.
Oh, right.
Last time.
That's when I called about, and they said they don't make it
Yeah,
anymore.
okay.
It should be fixed till we get the new one, because that's a safety.
You don't
If
need
OSHA were to come in and see that, we'd be in trouble.
Yeah.
I'll make a motion.
Don't put that on TV.
We purchased this truck with that Western plow. It's a good plow. The plow I looked up is $8,800 plus 500 freight plus installation. It's already installed and everything.
Yeah.
So it's a commercial plow. I make a motion we purchase that truck.
I'll second. Okay, we have a motion by Brian Cruz, second by Kolonowski, to approve the purchase of this 2026 Chevy Silverado 2500 HD from Wyatt Chevrolet at a cost of $45,815. Any further discussion? Okay, Shirley, you want to do a roll call, please?
Ball, yes. Steggy,
Yes.
Walker,
Yes.
Dean Cruz,
Yes.
Lachinsky,
Yes.
Brian Cruz,
Yes.
Kalinowski.
Yes.
Okay, and then we're gonna have to get some quotes on a lift for the back end of it and location where we can get it, cost of the lift plus installation, and bring that back to the board. Okay, item C is consideration of approval of agreement for TAP grant funding. And you've got the minutes in your packet, the minutes from the committee meeting with Spicer Group from May 13th, 2026. As noted in there, the Filer Township TAP grant amount is $1,078,000 and is capped. The 20% local match is $215,600. The DDA did approve at an earlier meeting covering 50% of that TAP grant match. Okay, and then MDOT will invoice the township for engineering design cost at an amount of $69,000. So that needs to be added into that $215,600.
We have to have an agreement with TAP grant funding between the city and the township?
I don't know if we need some sort of an agreement as noted in here. Where is that?
Yes, second page, second thing down.
Yeah. Yeah, that does state that we need an agreement between the township and the city because they are the grant recipient per the Act 51 agency. So.
Probably something Richard could put together.
Yeah, that's something we'll have to get either Richard or Tim put together and take that to the city, but that hasn't been done yet.
In the maintenance agreement between the city or the township and MDOT?
Yes, yeah, maintenance agreement also is required for the sidewalk and lighting, and that's been discussed by the committee. So again,
We approved some maintenance.
we approved a commitment to MDOT that we would maintain the sidewalks. Whether or not, I guess I'll talk to Richard about that at the same time, that if we need some sort of a formal written agreement with MDOT for that, have him write that up for us.
We may have done that already. We may have needed to do that to be able to even
Apply for the
apply for that.
TAP grant. Yeah, I remember the discussions
Yeah.
about those maintenance agreements for both sidewalk and lighting. We have to go back and look to see what exactly was done.
So those will have to be prepared and put on next month's agenda.
Yeah, and we do have a meeting, the committee is meeting on Wednesday this week with Spicer Group to kind of finalize everything, so we can even bring that up there and see what's going to be required.
You know what's going on with Al Buffalo's doing some work?
Just a big leak
Like
down
family
there.
fair.
Yeah. You know what that is?
I think when Terry talked to Logan, Jeremy, that they were gonna be replacing a whole new line from the plant out to the well site. And I'm wondering if they're preparing the underground under the highway for this new pipe.
Prior to the.
So that next year, or whenever they decide to put it in, it'll be free for the road construction next year. And we should check into it though, Terry.
Yeah,
Make sure.
he did contact me probably a month and a half ago, and we
Who's that?
talked, Jeremy Logan, plant manager,
Oh, okay.
about the pipes that are on our property, that go under Red Apple Road and along, well, they're on the western edge of our property. They have some pipes that are in use and a number that are not, but they're going to be converting those to high pressure. I think if you remember, he told me 2 high pressure lines. And so I asked that he keep me updated on that as they proceed. Asked him how long, he said they want to do it soon. But he was not the contact person on it. And so I did get a hold of one of the other guys with Morton's that will keep me updated on everything as they proceed with that, so. But basically, they're just trying to be proactive with their lines. I think one of them is going to be, running brine to the plant, and the other one, after the salt's extracted, it goes back and put down the well.
Right.
So, okay, let's see, we still need to take care of this approval of the agreement for the TAP grant funding. Like I said, the DDA has committed to cover 50% of the township's share of that grant, and so looking for the board to come up with the other 50% for that TAP grant.
So 1/2 of 215,000
Yes,
plus our half
Plus
of the
the-
69.
plus the 69, what was it? Oh, even 69,000, yeah. Yep.
Now, if that grant is coming through the city, is there gonna be any charge to us for them maintaining it or distributing it, or?
There shouldn't be. That's gonna have to be part of the agreement that I'll ask Richard to write up.
Okay.
Yeah, there shouldn't be.
The unknowns.
Yeah,
What do you mean, like an administration fee or something?
yeah, that'd be about the only thing they could do is tack on an administration fee, simply because they're the Act 51 agency. We are not.
We'll get it back some other way.
Pardon me?
We'll get it back from them sometime.
Yeah.
So 50% of 215,000 plus 50% of 69,000.
Yeah.
Okay.
DDA's gonna pay half the 69,000 too?
Kathy, did that come up at the
We're
DDA?
gonna pay half of that.
Half of the 69 also? Okay. Because I was looking at the DDA minutes and I don't recall a mention of that. I know there was the 215, 50% of that, so okay.
Well, I'll make the motion.
I'll support it.
Okay, so we have a motion by Ball, a second by Hachinsky, to approve the Township Board providing 50% of the TAP grant cost of the township, which is $215,600 plus the $69,000 engineering costs from the Spicer Group. Any further discussion? Okay, Shirley, you want to call the roll, please?
Brian Cruz?
Yes.
Ball, yes. Stady?
Yes.
Hachinsky?
Yes.
Walker?
Yes.
Kalinowski?
Yes.
Dean Cruz?
Yes.
Okay, item D is consideration of approval for color printer / scanner for the supervisor and code enforcement officer, as well as the zoning administrator, in the amount of $1,049.99 plus ink from Amazon. And then just an update on this. You have in front of you another printer from Jack Pine that I had asked Tammy to try to get some quotes from Jack Pine before I left for Drummond a week ago, and she got this one, which is a HP LaserJet Pro 3301 wireless laser multifunction printer, and that one cost is $1,330.44. But then I talked with Tammy further today, and Ron, I didn't have a chance to talk. I talked with Bob at the office this afternoon. This color printer in the office there, I don't know if you've used that. I use that when I have to print in color. It does a good job, but Tammy uses it for putting together packets in that high volume. She said that there's a problem with it when they're doing volume. The pages come out a little bit askew, and so she was talking about a need for a new printer there, and that one's functioning fine. I asked Bob if he does any high, multiple copy things, and he said not very often. And he felt like that one would work for him. It does a good job, and I know you need color for the pictures that you need when you go to court. And I've done quite a bit of color printing on that one. It does a good job. I haven't had any issues with it, so I don't know.
The reason we were looking at the Epson printer, right now we're paying over $500 every time that we, or around $500 every time we order cartridges for our printer. Last time I was getting ready for court, every time I print, not every time, but there are times when I print, it shuts Bob's computer off.
Yep.
And that day, I shut his computer off 8 times. One right after the other. Every time the printer started, it shut off his computer. Whether the IT has not been able to find the reason or to correct it. Whether the reason is the printer or if it's the computer. We picked the Epson printer because it's one that he has used. It's a tank printer. You get you get bottles of ink and you pour them in the tank. He said he's never had a problem with the one he uses in another township that he's been using for 3 years. And he said they buy ink at most twice a year or less. I have used this printer out here once. I had one case this last time that I had to print 13 pictures for one, and I had 3 cases. And now we're coming up again with Nelson Street. I'm probably going to have to take more pictures. The judge always wants to see the pictures because he wants to see what the property looks like the day of or the day before court date. So that means the day before court, I either have to take pictures, or the morning of court if it's not too early, take pictures, print them, give a copy to our attorney, who he makes multiple copies, one for himself, one for the defendant, and one for the judge. But he makes those copies. But I mean, I make a lot of, unfortunately, I make a lot of copies. And that, Kathy and I looked at an Epson tank printer for our host today at Costco, and it comes with ink, enough ink to print 17,000 pages, and that comes with it. And then you can buy the bottles and sets. That was 17,000 black and white pages.
And how much was that at Costco?
$349. That's a home printer.
It's a printer.
Home printer.
Home printer.
Home printer.
Yeah, but we
Yeah,
could
but
never
it doesn't,
get by with a home printer here.
and it
No.
doesn't, that one particular one, I couldn't see on there anywhere where it does faxing. And we do a few do, I don't know, Terry faxes. I have had occasion where I've had to send a fax from the office. And so that was the reason we picked that one. I called Jack Pine myself and asked them to give me a price on a tank printer. She said, well, we don't like to sell those because there's a lot of problems with them. Well, Bob's used one for 3 years, and he said he's never had an issue. But they also then don't have the ink sales because you don't use as much ink as fast as you do with the cartridges. So that was the reason for picking that printer.
Yeah. And Bob basically told me the same thing today that you just mentioned about him using one in another township and the Epson and being happy with it, but I wanted to have this discussion with you before we took any action. I don't know if, I guess, you know, I'd like to know more about whether this will or won't work for you, what you need it for. Bob felt it would work for him. I don't do high volume color printing. Occasionally I'll do high volume black and white printing, but not very often. And the one in my office I can't do color, but I can do black and white, and it's not as fast as the one here, but it's good enough. So I don't know if we should proceed with this, or, you know, my big thing was if we're gonna have to buy a new one for this office and we can use that one down there, then let's do it. But if that's not gonna work, then we're gonna have another printer to put in our obsolete equipment sale coming up. So,
Well, why don't you get one, and let Tammy try the new one and see if it's any better.
one
than
what? One of,
the Epson.
The
It seems
Epson?
like the one, which one did she prefer? Did you show both of those to her?
well, she's seen this one, and then she's the one that got the information on this one from Jack.
And that would be adequate for her?
I don't know. I was
I don't have a color
talking to
printer.
her
Anything
about,
of mine, she color prints.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't have
Yeah.
to have a color printer in there.
I
don't think
can't-
yours is either, Tom, is it? No?
Very rarely, I can't even think of any.
yeah, I can't print on the printer down there, in Bob and Ron's office. I can't print in color there. I can't scan from that to my laptop like I used to be able to. And the same thing Ron mentioned, I have printed to that printer and shut Bob's computer off when he's in the middle of doing something, so that's no good. I know with this Epson, if we were to go through
Amazon?
Amazon for that. I think it's $100 annual membership fee for Amazon, and then we'd have to, of course, get them our tax ID.
Yeah. Have to set that up.
Do you have to be a Prime member?
I thought you did.
Just to get free shipping.
Just to get free shipping.
Oh, to get free shipping. Oh,
But
okay.
if it's sort of $35, you get free shipping anyway.
Yeah, and we're not gonna be using it a lot, so
Well,
if it costs us for shipping.
I did look into it, and 3 or 4 years ago, I did go online and open an account, but only got so far on it, I wasn't able to see where to send them the information that we're tax exempt.
Oh,
But I tried to go on it, and I came back with when I set it up, it was in our old email, but it still came through. So I'll have to, maybe tomorrow I'll have to go in there, see what I can find out and figure out how we get the tax exempt information to them. So if we do order something, we wouldn't pay the tax.
yeah. Ron, you said you got a home Epson computer, or printer rather. Do they carry, at Costco, does Costco carry any of the business
No.
printers? No, they don't, okay.
They had 2 of them. They had the one we looked at and then one that was a little less. But they're smaller and they don't have all the functions.
Okay. Yeah, see on this one from Jack Pine here, it's the cartridges, the toner cartridges, looks like they're $92.99 each.
That's what we're paying for the one printer we have now is $92 cartridge.
Yeah, and I don't know how often we'd go through that.
We buy this and put this one in Gabby's office and take that one and put that in Ron, and if Ron has a lot of printing to do, he could come here and use this one certainly. Is that, no.
That's going to be very difficult to run back and forth with my files and to do that instead of doing it right there in my office.
The court requires you to have a printer that does color.
Yes, because otherwise you can't see the detail in the pictures that the judge wants to see when he makes his decision on whether we get a judgment against the property owner or not. I did try some black and white, and Bob and I looked at them, and it was hard to compare them to the color, and it was hard to pick out items on the property or in the yard of the property and tell what they were.
We need 2 of them.
So that Epson's $1,000.
The Epson is, yeah, $1,049.99. And that,
It's gonna service 3 departments. Right? That printer's gonna basically serve 3 departments.
They all print in color?
well, it's gonna serve, yeah, it'll serve Bob and Ron, and hopefully I can connect to it.
Those 3, so then you're looking.
So, yeah,
So you're looking at $300 department.
right, right.
So you divide it up when we do it.
I'm not sure if Molly prints there. I've seen
I-
some printing on my desk.
Yeah, I think she does occasionally, I gotta believe.
Sounds like he wants
So, actually before.
She only comes in once a month.
We can get 2.
Twice a month.
Just one for.
Okay, twice.
So what, right now?
Bob comes in, twice a week?
Yeah.
Ron
Oh,
Saturday.
It would get plenty of use, I believe.
Sounds like, Ron, you want this Epson.
Well.
I said, I make a
On
motion
truck
we get
today,
one
we
of
might as
these.
well buy a printer
Ron,
too.
That's what you like, you heard it's good, I say we get one.
I'll make a motion, we buy that Epson.
I'll second.
Okay, motion by Brian Cruz, second by Dale?
Dean.
Cruz, to approve the purchase of this Epson printer at a cost of $1,049.99 for use at the Nelson Street office, code enforcement officer and zoning administrator. Any other discussion?
Well, that's through Jackpot?
Oh, this one is through
Amazon?
Amazon.
Okay, does that come with ink?
The Amazon, or the, yes, it comes with, when I looked at the website, it was coming with extra ink as part of the package.
So then do we need one in our regular office here now?
Not right now,
Not yet.
but that was the idea, that that one would go over there, and the new one, which would get more use, would be here.
Okay.
But that's not gonna happen, you know, because the new one will go down there, and when this one dies, we'll need another one.
I guess my reasoning, thinking is if we buy two together, they would be the same models, and 3 months down the road, another model might come out.
Yeah,
Might be
you don't need it
different.
right now.
Okay.
That one is fine, it's just not, you know, it's giving her trouble when she does, and she makes booklets, I mean, you know, it's not like a couple, you
Yeah,
know,
well,
a
when
few
she does
pictures,
the
but she
packet.
does stuff,
7 of these, and the same planning commission and everything.
yeah.
But it's functioning, it's just,
Yeah, it's functioning fine for now.
you don't get the,
You got any copies?
this need of
She can
a,
always run down and use, she has a whole bunch to do, she can always run down and use.
Well, that's not so easy for her to run down there either, for as much
Right.
as she has to do, you
right.
know, so that's not really
So
there.
we may be looking at
Maybe
another
we
one
gotta
here.
get an escalator.
So I guess, the only thing I would say is this, we've got to work out, get them our tax exempt
Tom's gonna
paperwork.
work on
and-
that.
We'll look at that tomorrow.
All right, sounds good. Any other discussion? Okay,
Want a roll call?
yeah, why not?
Kalinowski,
Yes.
Dean Cruz,
Yeah.
Machinsky,
Yes.
Ball, yes, Brian Cruz.
Yes.
Staggy,
Yes,
Walker.
Yes.
This is the old commission, I'm sure you got it.
yeah, I did that one. Letter, sometimes gives them some choice.
Okay, public comment, any public comment? Okay, anything else to come before the board this afternoon? Tom, you got anything? Brian?
Nothing.
Tom?
We gave that funding to the sheriff's department.
Yes.
And Brian said that he's maybe trying to talk to you about how he might want to spend that on extra patrolling in Filer, or things, any type of things like that. So you might want to talk to Brian about that.
Yeah, we talked about that, 22nd Street and Nelson Street Patrol.
Well, you know, he said
Yeah,
appreciate it.
yeah,
We can
sure, yep.
do some extra stuff with that money.
Good. Dean, you got anything else?
No, I covered mine already.
Dale? No. Surely, okay, I don't have anything else today, so a motion for adjournment.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried.